What is up, my cutouts? Cardboard Ninja here, making a quick response video to a gentleman by the name of Shock Radio, who made a post. I believe he plays on the Xbox, the PS4, and his video is entitled "Cross Out Fused Firebug versus Fused Draco DPS Test." This is why Dracos are getting balanced. I'll leave a link to that video in the description down below. But ultimately, what his conclusion came to was that the Draco does more damage than the Firebug. This is tested on the damage ball, which lasts 10 seconds, and over 10 seconds, the damage seems to be higher. I did a couple tests of my own, and it turns out this is very interesting because the Draco does less damage per shot than the Firebug. Uh, so what could possibly be the reason for this? And it turns out that's because there are different fire rates for the flame weapons. They don't all fire at the same rate of speed. Two of them do. The Remedy and the Draco actually appear to have the same fire rate, but the Firebug actually fires slower. The Remedy and the Draco seem to share about a 10 rounds a second fire rate, whereas the Draco seems to fire 9 rounds a second. So if you check the ammunition counter at the bottom, I'm going to fire these for the exact same amount of time, and then we'll simply just show you the math afterwards as to what the difference between them all are. And that should be fine. So that's 333 out of 408. Which is a difference of 75 shots for the Firebug. That's 392 over 476, the starting value for the Draco, which is 75, and we have 460 over the starting value of 544. I'm sorry. Stupid kid. And that's a difference of 84. Hold on a second. Yeah, sorry. So there's 84 shots. So the Draco, Firebug, Draco and Remedy both fire 84 shots in the same amount of time. The Draco only fires 75 shots. So basically, the Firebug just shoots too slow. That's the problem. The reason why the Firebug is underperforming under the Draco is because even though it does 2 more damage per shot, it is firing, I'd say 10% slower, give or take. So you get 8% more damage arrowing to the side of the Draco over the Firebug. Interesting story, by the way, and I noticed this on this build, which combines the 3 flame weapons together. Firebug also has garbage projectile velocity. Just wanted to point this out. Like, you can see the projectiles coming out for the fire. And one of them is always much shorter than the other ones because it's crashing into the ground much sooner than the other ones. The other ones sometimes don't even hit the ground before they time out. Firebug apparently is a very, very close range weapon because of, well, its projectile velocity is ass. It looks like it's got somewhere in the neighborhood of 25% slower projectile velocity than the Draco. And the Draco and the Remedy appear to have similar projectile velocities. They seem to be basically identical. But yeah, just something to keep in mind there. So it looks as though the reason why the Draco is overperforming is because of its rate of fire, not necessarily because of the damage it deals per hit. I believe that what Gaijin, Targum, whomever is in charge of this should do to fix that is to simply bring the fire rate of the Firebug up, which is actually something that they should just do to make all the fire weapons have the same fire rate. Also, they should probably fix that Draco's, not the Draco's, but the Firebug's projectile. Like, it's not even reaching that far away. It's like really, really bad. But anyway, they need to improve the projectile velocity of that too. But also, this would fix the DPS difference. The Draco could also simply fire slower, but that's that's a topic for another day. Anyway, just wanted to get this out there. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've learned something about the flame weapons in Crossout. Oh, and one final note, just in case, we may as well go over all this idiosyncrasies about flame weapons and Crossout. When you see fire coming off the front of a build, that's not real. See that? That's just a graphic. That's no different than muzzle flash. That's not damage. All damage that fire weapons do is that ball. It's a projectile with a projectile velocity. So when you're trying to aim after someone, you got to lead your targets. And apparently with the Firebug, you have to super lead your targets. Also, the Firebug, seeing as it has significantly slower projectile velocity, which means that the slower projectile velocity any projectile has, the greater the projectile drop. So it means that your distance that you can fire is greatly decreased as well. So you're going to want to aim really high and really far with the Firebug in comparison to the other flame weapons in order to actually score hits, as it were, because your shots are going to go straight into the ground. Anyway, that's all I had for you. Peace.